Hey everyone, we're going to be doing some of our Orton-Gillingham practice. This is going to be very similar to what you would do whenever you would come to work with me when we use our cards here. The biggest difference is that you're going to be able to do it on your computer on your own. So we made some Google Slides to make this possible to make you be able to do this. And the reason that I'm making this video here is to show you how to use your computer to do this, and also just to remind you of all the steps that you need to do to make this work the best, to get the most learning out of this work. Okay, so before you start, you have to have something to write with, because we do write whenever we do this. You can use a pencil and a paper, that's fine, but there are some other options that I just wanted to point out. So you might have a dry erase board with a dry erase marker. You can write with that. If you have a chalkboard with chalk, you could do that. Something fun that my kids like to do is use the dry erase markers on the windows, but make sure you ask an adult before you do that. But it's fun because they erase off the windows, and normally you're not allowed to draw on windows, so that's kind of fun. We have our container of rice or maybe sand that you can trace your letters in. Another thing that I just tried out today was using, this is a Ziploc baggie with a little bit of paint in it, and you can use like a Q-tip or your eraser on your pencil, and you can trace your letters into it, which is pretty fun. I can write my letter A and then you just wipe it away like that. It's kind of fun to kind of draw and paint. So those are just a couple of options that you have, just to make it a little bit more exciting and more fun, because I think if it's more fun, your brain will remember it a little bit better, and you'll be more likely to want to do it again. So let's go ahead and get started on our slideshow here. So once you pull it up, it's going to look something like this. Okay. In the top right corner, right is over here, there's this button that says present. It has like a little triangle in it, like a play button. It's kind of what it is. So you press that and it will present it for you. Okay, the first part is the visual drill. That's where you see the letter and then you need to say the sound. So I see my card and I say the sound. Once I do that, I can click anywhere. I should just be able to click anywhere on the slide. And it will read it for me so that I can check to make sure that I got it correct. So I got it correct. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I just keep on going to the next one. I see this one. I might say buh. Duh. Oh, this is a D, not a B, and D's say duh. So whenever I make a mistake, which it's okay if we make mistakes, right? That's why we're doing this, is because our brains are still learning. We write and say it 3 times, okay? So we say the sound as I'm writing the letter D. Duh. 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 Okay, and I make sure that I do that 3 times. And you might hear the sound and you're like, oh, I did know that. I knew that already. And you know what? You're probably right. You probably did know that sound. But if your brain sometimes is getting it wrong still, or you're not remembering it right away, it's a good idea to practice so that your brain really, really remembers, and that eventually your brain will get it right away and you will never make that mistake after all that practice. Okay, so then you just keep going. Fla. Fla. Okay. Ra. This is our auditory drill. This is where we hear the word, hear the sound, and then we have to remember what letter makes that sound. Okay, so it said R. So after the video says the sound, I need to say the sound, and then I write it down. What letter do I think that it is? And I think it's the letter R. Okay, so then I can go to the next slide here. Oh look, it's the letter R. Then I keep going.
Ba.
Ba. I think that's the letter B, so I wrote B. Oh good, I got it right. TH says cool. Okay, and I can keep going. And then I get to my blending drill. This is the last part here. This is where we have our cards laid out next to each other and we blend them together to make a word, which is usually a nonsense word. It's not a real word, but we're practicing blending the sounds together and remembering what the sounds are. So I might see this as a gl, e, k, glek. And then I go to the next slide.
Glek.
Oh, I was correct. Cool. Ek, vek.
Vek.
Weg.
Weg.
Okay, then I can just go ahead and go all the way to the end. Just practice all my blends, and then you're all finished. Great work. If you have any questions or something's not working for you, make sure to reach out or ask one of your parents, grandparents, or someone to email me, and I can help with whatever problems you might be having. Thanks for listening, and enjoy your Orton Gillingham drills. Have a good day.